Hello and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. Where we last left off, we had just made our way through the underwater cave, took care of the Octomammoth. We have Tella now, and we are on our way to Damcian to deal with getting back his daughter, Anna. Well, this can't be good. I love the little 2D to 3D shift they did there, though. Oh no. He's dead. Yep, he's dead too. There are 10 chests and 3 items here. I don't remember where any of these are at. We can go out to the side. Does this, Okay, good, it doesn't. The jail. My eyes, I can't see. Who goes there? Don't let them take the treasure. Oh, don't worry, I won't. Feather cap, crossbow. Ruby ring. Don't mind me. I'm taking the treasure so they can't take the treasure. Potion. Elixir. Ether. Phoenix down. Gold needle. Iron arrow. Holy arrow. Eye drops. And an antidote. Still have one more chest. Again, I had to raid the jail treasury before anybody else could. Right? I did nothing wrong. They stole the crystal. They didn't even stop. How did they steal the crystal? The bombardment was too much. Oh, there's the other unopened chest. He did. 10. Alright, so that should be all the items and chests from here. Nothing. The healing pots. Upstairs. I must. The bard is too much. Do I need to drag you up there? Is that? It is. Anna. Uh-oh. You're that bard. Anna ran away because of you. What? Say it. Say the line. You spoony bard. There it is. No, wait. Die. Please listen. Shut up. Forgive me, please. Take this. Ouch. Father, stop. It was like watching two kindergartners fight each other. Oh, Anna, I'm glad to see you again. Father, Edward is the Prince of Damcian. Forgive me for running away, but Edward and I are in love. Still, I knew I couldn't find happiness without your consent. I was on my way home when we were attacked by Baron's Red Wings and their commander, Golbez. I've never heard of Golbez before. Who is he? I don't know. All I know is that his strength was beyond words. But why did they attack Damsion? They wanted the crystal, and they spared no one to get it. My father, my mother, even Anna shielded me from their arrows. You love him enough to give up your own life? Father, forgive me. Edward, I love you. Anna! Anna? Anna! She did. Damn you, Golbez. Who is that monster anyway? What do you know about him? I hear he arrived in Baron one day and became the new leader of the Red Wings. He leads them in their mission to plunder the crystals. Stop your sniveling. That will not bring Anna back. Golbez a Baron. I shall take his life with my own 2 hands. Telewait, you can't possibly go alone. Jeez. Just friggin' yeets Cecil out of the way. I will kill Golbez on my own. I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help. Tella has left the party. Anna. Help him out, Rydia. Stop crying. You're a grown-up. You're not supposed to cry. I lost my mom, but I'm not gonna cry anymore. Rydia. I don't care. Leave me alone. I'm staying here with Anna. I will never leave her side. That's enough. You're now the rightful ruler of Damsion, so start acting like it. You owe it to your people, and you owe it to Anna. Your Majesty, my name is Cecil, and I need your help. Why should I help you? My friend in Kaipo is suffering from desert fever. I need to get the Star Ruby to save her. Can you help me? What is her name? Rosa. She is very dear to you, isn't she? Like Anna was to me. You can find the Sand Ruby in the Antlion Cave, which lies to the east. The ruby forms from the fluid that the antlion secretes when it lays eggs. We can cross the shallows in my hovercraft to reach the cave. After we acquire the Sand Ruby, we can cross the shallows once more to Kaipo. Let us be on our way. Prince Edward has joined the party. Yeah, I gotta make sure he's Prince Edward, because Edward. Might as well be rolling a 2-man party at this point. Goodbye, Anna. Yeah, I am not a fan of bards. I will avoid using them, playing them at usually almost at any cost. Yeah, I do have the ruby ring. Defense goes down, magic defense goes up. Prevents pig status. I'm not too worried about that. Alright. So, strong way. This way with it. It's too far there. And the Antlion Cave's right there. Wait, could we just straight... No. Alright, so this is the Antlion Cave. Let's pop out and do a quick save. Alright. So we just went through the shallows with the Antlion Cave. Let's see what we have going on here. 13 chests, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them alone on this floor. Spider silk. Potion. Right. I'm gonna go up to the right. Preemptive strike. Adamant toys. Go ahead and sing, Edward. Or not. Hey, Cecil and Edward leveled up. Come across, come up. Song of Silence. Thank you, Simon and Garfunkel. Radia and Edward leveled up. Gold needle. Alright, so we take this one down. We can come up and hit that chest and go around and get the other two. There is a level that goes down here. Alright, so while we're going around this cave, let's check this floor real quick. The Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster just dropped today. Sorry, I was trying to think about how I want to do this. So, I do have that now. We will eventually work our way towards that as soon as we finish this playthrough. So hopefully it won't take us too long to get to that point. And in other news, in the grand scheme of things, I finally, for the very first time, because I'm concurrently doing this with my Final Fantasy X Let's Play, for the very first time, I was able to, or I attempted to, get Lulu's weapon completely upgraded, her celestial weapon, and I did succeed. I did succeed at that. Like I said, I've never even wanted to attempt doing that, so the fact that I did that was interesting for me. Took quite a few tries. More than I'm willing to admit. That video should have already been released by the time you are watching this video. But that has got me to the point that I have upgraded all of the celestial weapons. I can start working towards getting ready for the final dungeon, doing some of the alternate ending stuff, or the optional stuff, not alternate ending. That tapped all her MP there. Tent potion. Alright, so we've got a door and a let's just kill them all. Got a door and a stairwell here. Let's heal up. So this is the one thing I don't like about the ATB gauge in this game. No, we have to go down that way. So some things go off automatically, some don't. And it doesn't really tell you, aside from your gauge filling up to attack, what's happening with your stuff. For example, I go to his heal, and we've already had Cecil and Riddy attack, but it never shows how long it's going to take for his heal to go off. It was one thing I disliked about the ATB gauge in this game that I think they fixed for the 3D remake. They made it to where you could actually see when the cast was going to go off or whatever it was. Maybe I'm wrong on that. It's been a while since I've played the remake. Antarctic Wind. So we still need 6 more chests. There's 2 at the top. And a door here. Already a hit for more than friggin' Cecil did. Edward leveled up. Lamia's Harp. Dreamer's Heart. Attack goes up at least. Make Edward at least seem to be useful. Just have him keep healing up. Keep hoping to get that goblin summoned sooner rather than later. I really don't have to hunt that thing down. Yeah, 239. Jeez. Is it a fire rod though? That might be why. I didn't think about that. An ice rod. Spider cell. Oh, because it was an adamantist ice weak. Okay, what's in this room? Save point and 3 chests. Either emergency exit. Just an item. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save up. I could use a tent, but we are not going to because there's no point. I guess I could have not have blown those 2 ethers earlier. At least till we start getting a healthy stockpile of MP and skills and all that stuff, we can just kind of auto-attack through. I hit him, Rydia. Oh. Yeah, 430. Rydia knows what's up. Okay, so looks like we can just go down and around. We now have all the chests. So just straight down. We've already taken on green or yellow jellies. No point wasting magic on them for the bestiary because we've already got them. Alright, so this is the Antlion's lair. They run away from you. Yep. Cool. So Antlion should be weak to ice, if I remember correctly. So this is where the antlion lays its eggs. Eek. It's okay, antlions are quite tame. They don't attack people. I'll demonstrate by taking the sand ruby, like so. You dummy. Arg. Come on, we have to help him. Do we? Do we really? Sing. Sing. Did they really make like the boss's attacks similar to Hyde? Like what they were in the original Final Fantasy 4/2, where it's like easy mode, like super easy mode. I hope not. Because all I know is that freaking 3D version was hard as all get out. So all I know is this counter horn only doing 4 damage is a little weak. I mean, not that I want to get completely smashed here, but it shouldn't be that weak. Yeah, I think we've got the same easiness of the bosses from the original version, not the 3D remake. Which is kind of a bummer because I loved the challenge of the 3D remake. Obtain the Sand Ruby. It was definitely one of the harder Final Fantasies I'd played. That's for sure. How could this happen? They've always been totally harmless. Monsters are growing in number of late, and their behavior is changing as well. I can't help but feel this is some kind of sign. Come on, let's go cure Rosa. Right, let's go. Okay. I'm assuming they're wanting us to use the emergency exit to get out. That's why we found it. But no thanks. We're just gonna fight our way through. He just stone himself. We don't need to worry about running up to the save room. We should be able just to march on out of here. Just auto battle our way out. Gather up those levels while we're at it. Oops. Some decent experience in here. Every time, I keep hoping that I'm going to see that drop. So for those of you who are watching this that have had the chance to play both the original as well as maybe even the 3D remake, and especially the Pixel Remaster version, uh, what is it that you prefer of them? Do you have anything, or is there a preference between the original versus this 3D remaster? Or not 3D remaster, sorry, this Pixel remake? Did you prefer the 3D remake over either of them? Again, I've always been a sucker for the NES originals. That's where I started my journey way back when. So I'm a little biased towards it. Why is this a little stair thing over here? It's not. So I'm a little biased towards the old NES versions. And yes, I know this is SNES, but there's a little bit of bias with me with that. I'm just curious what everybody else's thoughts were. Helps if I go to the right building. There we go. To cure desert fever, you need a rare jewel called the Sand Ruby, found only in a cave where the antlion dwells. Yep. Rosa. Rosa is exposed to the light of the Sand Ruby. Oh. Cecil. You're alive, thank goodness. How do you feel? I'm fine, but I thought I'd lost you. They told me you died in mist when the earthquake hit. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Rosa, who's Golbez? He's the new captain of the Red Wings, appointed by the king himself. But the king has been acting strangely. I believe Golbez manipulated him into collecting the crystals for himself. With Mysidia's water crystal in hand, he'll for sure go after the others. The fire crystal of Damcian, the wind crystal of Fabul, the earth crystal of Troya. The fire crystal has already fallen into his hands. Ah, let me introduce you. Edward is the prince of Damcian. Technically, he's the king now. And Rydia is a summoner from Mist. I wouldn't have been able to get the Sand Ruby and cure your fever without their help. Listen to that music. The violin with the harp in the background is just... Clarinet there. Sorry. Hi there. Hello, Rydia. Thank you both so much. Cecil, after Damcian, Fabul must be their next target. We must... You have to rest now. Don't worry. We'll go to Fabul. Sadly, the trail to Fabul is blocked by thick ice. Rydia, can you cast fire? No. Fire is one of the most elementary of black spells. As a summoner, you... Rosa, stop. You're in no condition to come with us. I'll be alright, really. On my honor as a white mage. I promise I won't be a burden. Rosa only wishes to be with you, Cecil. Alright, we'll go together. Just make sure you get plenty of rest tonight. Thank you. White Mage Rosa has joined the party. That night. Doesn't he like fight a Lammy or something like that here? Anna, I miss you so much. Harp in the background. I like it. Ruh-roh. Ah! Oh, it's a Sahagin, okay. Edward. Anna. You must fight, Edward. I am. Believe in yourself. Anna. Hold up. Twice. Nope. Just once. Anna, this can't be. I must leave this world for a better place. No, don't go. I can't live without you. You mustn't let Golbez have the crystals. Fight for your people. Care for them as you did for me. Yes, I'll do it. I'll fight. But how can I stop him? I don't know what I should do. All set. So, trying to look at Rosa here, how they've got her set up. When we think about the traditional white mage, you know, she's got the white robe going on there, but her head is uncovered. She's not wearing the hood. And we're missing that red from the color palette of the white mage. You know, Rydia, we've got the blue from the black mage on her dress. The yellow cape is a good throwback to the hat. Of course, she's not wearing a hat in this. Okay. So I think it said we're going to Fabul next, right? Say we're Fabul is. I thought it did. Maybe I'm wrong. We're not getting anything new out of these guys. Oh. I'm a traveling scholar. Want to go to Fabul, which lies east. Want to go to the east. It was east of Damsian, right? Was it further this way? Oh, is that gonna let me go around? Oh, it was for a second. That's right, we gotta go through this mountain. Row-wise, let's get this fixed. Rosa needs to be in the back row. Alright. Mount Hobbs, west entrance. We have 5 chests. Rydia, can you try casting the fire spell? What's wrong? Give it a try. I know you can do it. No. I hate fire. I mean, that's what killed her mother, so I'm not shocked there. That's right, her village was destroyed by fire when... Ooh. Rydia, you're the only one who can melt this ice. If we don't get to Fabul, more people will be in danger. Please, Rydia, it's time to be brave. Time to be... brave. Please, Rydia, you must. Come on, do it. Everybody's doing it. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Fire! Rydia has learned fire. Thank God she got over her childhood trauma just like that. Rydia, that was incredible. Hee hee, I like fire. Red flag. I knew you could do it. Thank you, Rydia. Little red flag going off. So yep, now we got fire, right? Yep, there it is. Which door do we want to go in first? Let's do the left. Save point with a bunch of chests. Ambushed. Attempt. Potion. Attack. Preemptive. Oh, I guess I could switch out Rose's equipment. There's a bow. I'll go for this crossbow. Iron arrow. Holy arrow. Gold needle. 160 gil. Really don't need to rest. Let's have Rydia, because she's got more MP at this point. Have her heal up our Spoony BARD. Gray bomb. Bomb. Do the bombs in this one have the ability to explode after so many hits? Rosa has learned life. Rosa got a life. Cockatrice and gargoyles. Big hit from Rosa. Still have one more. So one more chest right here. More holy arrows. We go up. Where do we get? What's his name? Yang. What's going on here? That garb. He's one of Fabul's monks. Hiya! Hiya! Like, we don't get the achoo thing here, do we? We fixed that, right? Kick. Should just use kick again. There it is. Good grief, that's no normal bomb. You have to help him. Oh, Rosa does have her spray ability, I just noticed that. Okay, we do want to be careful. When this thing splits. I'm gonna blow. Explode. Get cure spell thrown out. But we definitely need to focus on multi-attacks and taking these guys down together so they don't arise. Rosa. Crap. Yang leveled up, Rudy leveled up, Edward leveled up. You have my gratitude. Yang is my name. I am the High Monk of Abul. I came here to train with my men, but all were killed by a swarm of beasts. They were Fabul's finest monks. My name is Cecil. We bring urgent news to Fabul. A villain named Golbez is using Baron's power to seize the world's crystals for himself. Then he covets our wind crystal as well. There is no doubt, he already took the crystal of Damcian with ease. Fabul may be next to fall. Then the odds are against us. The only monks left in the castle are students. They stand little chance against Baron's forces. I'd assume Golbez was behind the monster attack that killed your men. And almost killed you. Then their assault is imminent. I must go. We will go with you to Fabul. You may need our help. I am grateful. However, this matter does not concern you. It concerns us all. You see, I am the Prince of Damcian. Rosa and I are citizens of Baron, and this girl is but one victim of our kingdom's recent attacks that I myself led. I see. Then I humbly accept your assistance. Let's go, we haven't much time. Fabul lies to the east of these mountains. Monk Yang has joined the party. Okay, so Rose is still down. Let's bring her up. Okay. So we should be coming up on Fabul then. Make sure, yep, all 5 chests. Everybody attack. Rosa has learned Protect. Okay, so Fabul is somewhere over this way. Just do like 110 damage. Holy crap. Counterattack game is strong. No Fabul up there. Making it hard here. Yang leveled up. Isn't it? His accuracy goes way down. Can't remember if unarmed will do more in this game or not. Find out. Rosa has learned Cura. Plow on through. It's a weak hit, Rosa. There we go. Edward and Yang leveling up. The bull should be right here. Let's do a quick save. Cure. Really should use a tent. We're at Fabul Castle. Oh, we've got weapons and armor here. 7 chests, 3 items. Master Yang, the king wishes to see you. Oh, Yang, are you in trouble? Let's check out the weapon shop. What's weapon and weapons here? We got fire and ice and thunder. Demon helm, armor, and gloves. We're gonna give Yang thunder, fire, demon. Don't need the resting side of things. Our best soldiers were annihilated? Impossible. Welcome home, Master Yang. Yang, at last, you have returned. Sire, we must prepare for battle. Baron is poised to attack and steal our crystal. How do you know this? These two are citizens, Baron. They came to warn us. And the others? Sire, we haven't much time. The castle's defenses must be tightened immediately. Yang, can we trust this Dark Knight and his companions? I believe so. They risked their lives to help me. We must hurry. Please. It is an honor to see you again. Prince Edward. Sire, Baron's fleet decimated Damsian and claimed our crystal not long ago. Many died, including my parents and my beloved. Damsian's tragedy must not be repeated. I understand. Forgive my suspicions. Yang, mobilize the men for battle. Prince Edward, Dark Knight, will you help us defend Fabul? Yes. They have already offered to help, sire. We will join the forward guards by the main gate. Very well. Will the mages assist our medic? Yes, sire. Fabul's fate rests in your hands. May we be victorious. As you command. We will assemble at the main gate. Cecil. Come back safely. Rydia, take care of Rosa for me. Here they come. Attack! Charge. Captain is dead. The Red Wings. You can't hold them back. Retreat into the castle. We're severely outnumbered. I should not have let you help. This is our fight too, and it's far from over. They're coming. Murder everything that gets in our way. Murder them all. Fall back. Isn't the throne hall just behind us? We must hold him here. The king has already retreated to safety with women and children. It is our duty to lead the enemy away and crush them. A little dark there, Yang. Retreat. Let's get out of here. Damn you, Baron. The door is bolted. We can make our last stand here. Where's the crystal kept? In a vault above here. The door has been unlocked. You fool, what are you doing? He's one of them. Didn't notice that dude was a gargoyle this whole time. Murder them all. We are outnumbered. Withdraw to the vault. Ugh. Bye, Edward. Edward! Ooh, big hit. The crystal. It's been a while. Kane, you're alive. So it would seem. We'll talk later. For now, we have some fighting to do. Indeed. Are you ready to face me, Cecil? What? Ready your sword. Kane? Ready your sword, fool. Why do this? Save your breath. What's happened to you? You ask too many questions. Yes. Or heal up. Why do this? Save your breath. What's happened to you? You ask too many questions. I must not be able to hit him again. This is just one of those. This is that forced battle. There's no reason I would miss that many times if not. This is it, Cecil. Has Golbez poisoned your mind too? Have you any final words? Stop. No. Rosa. Kane, you of all people. No, I... Why do you hesitate, Kane? Golbez. So you're Golbez, and you must be Cecil. Never hesitate to kill Kane. Now see how it is done. Cecil. No. Silence. Kane, get the crystal. Yes, sire. Kane, please. Rosa, no. Oh? Is this woman important to you? Then I shall take her with me to raise the stakes. Until we meet again, come, Kane. You won't be so lucky next time. Wait. Ugh. Cure. Feeling better? I thank you, Rydia. The crystal is gone, I have failed. And Rosa is gone too. So we have to go help her and get back the crystals while we're at it. She's right, we have no time for moping. Cecil, it is our turn to assist you. But for now, let us heal our wounds. Thank you. Army shoes. There's 2 more items. Are there other things I missed? No, we're not gonna rest. So, King rests in his chamber. He suffered some injuries during the attack. Demon shield. Okay. Trying to think here, sorry. Zeus's Wrath, so 1 more chest and 1 more item. Only my magic were as powerful as Lady Rose's. Nope. Almost pay for this. How's Baron controlling all those monsters? Oh, hun, you're all right. I am fine, thanks to their help. You guys are like my hubby's guardian angels. And you, are you all right? Of course, them Baron bozos ain't never coming back. I gave him a hell of a thumping with my non-stick frying pan. That frying pan will give him Y24. If we had even 1 airship, at least put up some kind of fight. Keep going up. Almost missed that staircase. Sure, watch you dance. What the? Yeah. 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 That it? Watch you. I can't wait to start training. They say it's all in the mind. Good thing our homes are within these castle walls, or else we could have lost everything in that bombing. Baron attacked with tremendous force. Still have one more chest right here. Tent. The king was once a famous monk. There is no need to worry. Of course there's no need to worry. Babul has suffered much. We must regroup and protect the people. Do not worry about me. Retire to the end and get your rest. Okay. Don't have to tell me twice. Okay, now we can rest. So how will we go about the rescue? Like Golbez, we'll need an airship, but Baron is the only kingdom that has them. We must sneak into Baron and borrow one. Baron's main force is the Red Wing, so its naval power is relatively weak. We might be able to sleep in via a water route. Then we need a boat. I will ask the king for a ship tomorrow morning. Thank you, Yang. By the way, who is that dragoon? His name is Kane. He used to be my best friend, but he's no longer the man I knew. Perhaps you will find your answers in Baron. For now, we should rest. Until tomorrow, then. I see. I will arrange for a ship right away. Yang, accompany Cecil and him, and help him in any way you can. Cecil, take this sword. It belonged to a dark knight who came to Babul many years ago. The sword exudes tremendous force, but it is still a weapon of darkness. Darkness can never prevail over true evil, but I have every faith that you will slay Golbez. Received, Deathbringer. Go to the harbor to the east as soon as you are prepared. A ship awaits you there. Harbor to the east. Golbez must be stopped. If he acquires all the crystals, the world will be thrust into an unprecedented crisis. I am counting on you. Deathbringer. A dark sword that may cause instant death. Alright. Make our way out. Save. Looks like we're taking this boat over here to the right, but we are going to go ahead and call this episode here. If you like what you saw, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. That'd be great. Again, you could share your thoughts on your playthrough of the Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster, or if you're just watching me, what you think of what you've seen so far. If you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.